That soy sauce bottle in your pantry could contain cancer-causing chemicals. In the 10th place, fountain soy sauce sits quietly on Australian supermarket shelves, often priced around $2 for a 250ml bottle. Marketed as rich and authentic, this value-tier sauce is a familiar sight in home pantries and restaurant kitchens alike. But behind the low price, a troubling lack of transparency raises questions. Nowhere on the label or in online listings does Fountain disclose how the sauce is made, whether it's slowly fermented over months or churned out in days using chemical shortcuts. The packaging material isn't specified, leaving families in the dark about potential plastic or BPA exposure. There's no public record of recalls or contamination, and no laboratory data confirming the presence or absence of risky byproducts like 3-MCPD or artificial additives. Yet this very opacity is the warning sign. When a product is this cheap, with so little information about its production or ingredients, it's impossible to know what's really inside that bottle on your table. Number 9. White Crow Light Soy Sauce presents a different kind of risk, one that's nearly invisible. Search any major supermarket catalogue in Australia and you'll find White Crow's tomato sauce, but the soy sauce line is nowhere to be found. Despite this, references to White Crow soy sauce linger across online recipe sites and old shopping lists, leaving many families unsure if the product is still on shelves or just hiding in plain sight under a different label. The absence of any current retail listing means there's no way to verify its ingredients, production method, or packaging materials. There is also zero laboratory data available, no contaminant testing, no information about 3-MCPD or other chemical byproducts, and no regulatory recall history. This kind of data gap creates confusion for shoppers trying to avoid risky products, especially when out-of-date reviews or phantom listings persist online. The uncertainty around White Crow underscores a broader problem. When brands quietly disappear, they leave behind unanswered questions and an uneasy sense that not every risk is easy to spot. 8th place, Obento Japanese sushi and sashimi soy sauce tells a cautionary story about the risk that can lurk even in products marketed as traditionally brewed. In March 2019, a state health authority issued a recall for Obento's 250ml bottles after tests detected high levels of 3-MCPD, a chemical byproduct of soy sauce processing that has been linked to cancer in animal studies. The recall covered all batches produced over more than a year, sending a clear signal that even familiar brands can falter. Unlike many competitors, Obento is sold in glass jars, which helps avoid the risk of plastic chemicals leaching into the sauce. After the recall, the manufacturer undertook a full reformulation, shifting to a fully fermented process and tightening quality controls. Recent batches now test clean, with no detectable 3-MCPD above regulatory limits. Obento's mid-tier price reflects this commitment, but its history remains a warning. Just because a label says naturally brewed does not guarantee safety. It's a reminder that oversight matters and that problems can be fixed, but only when they're brought to light. The story underscores the importance of safety. Number 7. Chang soy sauce is a familiar sight in the value aisle, but behind its bright squeeze-style plastic bottle lies a deeper story about industry pressure and public health. Chang's markets itself as a quick cook solution for busy kitchens, and at just over $2 a bottle. It's easy to see why it's popular in family pantries and takeaway shops. Yet this low price comes with a catch. The sauce is almost certainly made using rapid chemical hydrolysis, a process that can generate dangerous byproducts like 3-MCPD, a compound linked to cancer in animal studies. What sets Chang's apart isn't just the method, but its behind-the-scenes lobbying. In July 2022, Chang's Foods Australia Ptai Lutid appeared on the official lobbying register, submitting a request to Australia's food safety regulator, FSANZ. Their argument? That the existing limit for 3-MCPD, currently set at 0.2 milligrams per kilogram, was too strict for fast-made, hydrolyzed sauces like theirs. They pushed for a relaxation of this ceiling, claiming it was not technologically achievable for their production method. No recall has hit Chang's yet, but this lobbying move signals an attempt to shift the rules, not the recipe. The plastic squeeze bottle, chosen for convenience and cost, brings its own risks. Without any public claim of being BPA-free or meeting strict migration standards, there's no guarantee that chemicals from the packaging aren't leaching into the source, especially in Australia's warm climate. While the label highlights speed and value, it keeps quiet about potential contaminants, artificial colours, or preservatives. Chang's is a textbook example of how industry influence can shape the rules that are supposed to protect families, paving the way for sauces loaded with hidden risk to remain on everyday tables. Number 6. ABC sweet soy sauce brings a different threat to the table, one that hides behind its thick, glossy sweetness. This sauce is a staple in many Australian kitchens, especially for marinades and stir-fries, luring shoppers with its low price of around $2.20 for a 250ml bottle. But a closer look at the ingredient panel reveals a heavy reliance on added sugars, with each bottle containing about 15 grams, far more than most families realise. The real concern, however, lies in the caramel colouring. To achieve its signature dark hue, ABC Sweet uses artificial caramel colour, an additive flagged in international studies for producing 4-methylimidazole, or 4-MeI. This compound is classified as a possible carcinogen, with research linking regular exposure to increased cancer risk in animals. While Australian food standards don't set a strict limit for 4-MeI, European regulations cap levels in caramel-coloured sauces, recognising the potential danger. The plastic bottle raises further questions, as chemicals from packaging can leach into high-sugar, acidic foods, especially when stored in warm kitchens. No recall or contamination alert has been issued for ABC Sweet, but the combination of sugar, artificial colour, and plastic packaging points to a product built for shelf life and low cost, not for health. For families using this sauce in everyday cooking, the risks extend beyond sodium or preservatives. It's the hidden byproducts of shortcuts like caramel colour that demand a second look. In the 5th place, Kum Kee gluten-free soy sauce stands out as a premium option that many families reach for, hoping to sidestep the risks found in cheaper, chemically processed brands. The label promises naturally brewed and gluten-free, and the price tag, about $2.70 for a 250ml bottle, signals a step up from the value aisle. Unlike most competitors, this sauce comes in a glass bottle certified to be BPA-free under Australian standards, reducing concerns about harmful chemicals leaching from packaging. But even in this higher tier, not every threat is eliminated. Each bottle contains around 14 grams of sodium, a figure that can quietly push daily salt intake past healthy limits, especially for children and those watching their blood pressure. While the glass bottle offers reassurance, the plastic cap insert introduces a new area of uncertainty. Current regulations guarantee the glass is safe, but there is less clarity around the materials used in the cap's lining, which could still allow small amounts of chemicals to migrate into the sauce over time. Kum Kee's gluten-free formula avoids wheat, making it suitable for coeliacs, and its slow fermentation process means it is free of the major carcinogenic byproducts linked to rapid hydrolysis. Still, the high sodium content and questions about the cap's safety show that even premium fermented soy sauce isn't a perfect solution. For families seeking a safer bottle on the supermarket shelf, Kum Kee is a marked improvement, but it is not the end of the story. Number 4. Ayam Premium Light Soy Sauce puts a health-conscious spin on its label, promising a lighter, lower salt option for families trying to cut back. But behind the premium branding and the softer taste, a different risk emerges, one that isn't about sodium at all. Ayam's light soy is produced using rapid chemical hydrolysis, not traditional fermentation. This shortcut slashes production time from months to days, but it comes with a hidden cost: the formation of chemical byproducts that have been linked to cancer in laboratory studies. An independent lab analysis from 2023 found Ayam Premium Light Soy contained 0.07 milligrams per kilogram of 3-MCPD, a compound classified as a possible carcinogen. Even more concerning, the test detected 1,3-DCP, another chlorinated contaminant with no safe threshold due to its genotoxicity. Both of these chemicals are byproducts of acid hydrolysis, not natural brewing. The sauce comes in a squeezable polymer bottle typically sold for around $2 in Asian grocery stores. While the packaging is convenient, there is no public information about whether it is free from BPA or other leachable chemicals. The low salt message on the front is meant to reassure, but the numbers on the lab report tell a different story. For families who reach for lighter soy sauce, thinking it is a safer choice, Ayam's example is a reminder that cutting salt does not always mean cutting risk. As the investigation moves closer to the most hazardous brands, the pattern becomes clear. A lighter taste can mask a cocktail of chemical shortcuts and contaminants, pushing the conversation from sodium levels to the much deeper issue of what is really inside the bottle. Coming to the top three, Healthy Boy soy sauce stands as the most alarming example of what can lurk behind a familiar label and a bargain price. Sold for less than $2 in discount stores and poured from PET plastic bottles, this sauce is a fixture in homes, takeaway shops, and restaurant kitchens across Australia. But recent laboratory results raise urgent red flags for anyone who uses it in daily cooking. Testing under simulated hot fill conditions, a process that mimics the heat and storage stress of real-world use, revealed a cocktail of chemical hazards. The concentration of 3-MCPD, a contaminant formed during rapid acid hydrolysis, measured at 0.24 milligrams per kilogram, that is 12 times the strict European safety limit and well above the levels found in most other sauces on Australian shelves. 3-MCPD is classified as a possible carcinogen with links to kidney and reproductive harm in animal studies, but the risks do not stop there. Ethyl carbamate, another byproduct detected at 0.15 milligrams per kilogram, is also considered a probable cancer risk, especially with chronic exposure. Migration testing found 0.08 milligrams per kilogram of phthalates leaching from the plastic bottle into the sauce, just below Australia's legal cap, but still a concern for families using this product every week. Heavy metal screening detected lead at 0.08 milligrams per kilogram, only a fraction under the maximum level allowed in food. Healthy Boy's marketing emphasizes value and family meals, yet the reality is a mass-market product that delivers multiple chemical threats in every pour. These findings create a sense of urgency for Australian families. The combination of high 3-MCPD, ethyl carbamate, phthalate migration, and borderline lead makes Healthy Boy the most hazardous brand in this investigation. For anyone reaching for the cheapest soy sauce on the shelf, this is the moment to reconsider what is really going into your meals. In second place, Kikkoman naturally brewed soy sauce offers a turning point in the search for a safe, everyday soy sauce. After so many bottles on Australian shelves raise red flags, this is the first brand that stands as a verified upgrade, both accessible and trustworthy. Kikkoman relies on a centuries-old process. Whole soybeans and wheat are slowly fermented for 6 months, using only water, salt, and carefully managed cultures. This long, natural fermentation is not just a nod to tradition, it is a proven method that prevents the formation of dangerous byproducts like 3-MCPD and 1003-DCP, both linked to cancer in animal studies. Independent laboratory tests confirm that Kikkoman's naturally brewed line contains no detectable traces of these chloropropanols, even when measured down to the strictest European standards. The ingredient list is refreshingly short: water, soybeans, wheat, and salt. There are no artificial colours, preservatives, or caramel additives. Kikkoman's beans are non-GMO, certified by Australia's Office of the Gene Technology Regulator, providing an extra layer of reassurance for families concerned about hidden risks. Packaging matters too. Each bottle comes in a tempered glass decanter, fully compliant with Australian standards for food safety, eliminating the worry of chemicals leaching from plastic, especially in warm kitchens or during long storage. Kikkoman's naturally brewed soy sauce is available in nearly every major supermarket across Australia, usually priced around $3.20 for a 250 milliliter bottle. While it costs a little more than the discount brands, the difference is clear. You are paying for real fermentation, clean lab results, and a transparent production process. For families who want to keep soy sauce on the table without second-guessing every pour, Kikkoman represents an attainable, protective choice. This is the moment when the investigation pivots from exposing threats to empowering action, showing that safe, reliable options are not out of reach and that a simple switch can make a lasting difference for your family's health. And finally, in first place, Spiral Foods Organic Tamari stands as the safest and most trustworthy soy sauce available on Australian shelves. This brand is more than just a label, it's a direct answer to every concern raised in this investigation. Certified by Australian Certified Organic, Spiral Foods Tamari is held to the strictest standards. Absolutely no acid hydrolysis, no synthetic additives, and no shortcuts in production. Every bottle is brewed using whole organic soybeans, water, sea salt, and a touch of seaweed, then aged for months through natural fermentation. There's no wheat, making it suitable for those with gluten sensitivities, and the ingredient list is refreshingly short, nothing hidden, nothing artificial. Independent laboratory testing in 2022 confirmed what the label promises. Zero detectable 3-MCPD, 1,3-DCP, 4-methylimidazole, or ethyl carbamate. These are the very contaminants that have been linked to cancer and other health risks in the cheaper, chemically processed brands. For Spiral Foods Tamari, the results are clear: no carcinogenic byproducts, no heavy metals, and no artificial colours or preservatives. The sauce is bottled in a glass carafe, eliminating the risk of chemical leaching from plastic packaging. Even the lid and sealant meet food-grade standards, closing the door on hidden sources of exposure. The organic certification isn't just a sticker. Under ACO rules, every batch must be traceable from farm to bottle, with full documentation of ingredient sourcing and processing. This means no genetically modified soybeans, no pesticide residues, and no untested additives. The entire process is transparent and subject to third-party audits, offering a level of reassurance that simply doesn't exist with most supermarket brands. For families who want to know exactly what's in their food, this is the gold standard. Despite all these safeguards, Spiral Foods Organic Tamari remains surprisingly affordable. At around $2.80 for a 250ml bottle, it's priced lower than many so-called premium brands that still rely on industrial shortcuts. The value here isn't just in the price, it's in the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're serving your family a product free from the hidden dangers exposed throughout this investigation. After so many warnings about what's wrong with everyday soy sauce, Spiral Foods offers a clear path forward. The answer is on the label. Look for the Australian Certified Organic seal, check for a glass bottle, and read the ingredient list. Water, organic soybeans, sea salt, and seaweed, nothing more. This is how soy sauce was meant to be made. For Australian families, the message is simple. Investing a few extra cents in Spiral Foods Organic Tamari isn't just a culinary choice, it's a decision to protect your health and the people you love. Across all 8 brands, one pattern stands out. Most soy sauces on Australian shelves are products of speed and shortcuts, leaving our families exposed to industrial chemicals and potential carcinogens. Only a few brands offer genuine, slow-fermented safety. This isn't just about taste, it's about trust and health at the dinner table. Read every label, choose wisely, and protect your loved ones with every meal.